here is our practice problem 8. This is actually a 12.1 from a past paper. It says PT is a tangent to PQRS. Now here's the thing. When you read the information at the top, certain words, there are certain keywords that you should look for, such as tangent. Tangent is extremely important. The minute you hear the word tangent, think of tan chord. Think of tan rad, which is actually now rad perpendicular tan. But think of all your theorems relating to tangent. It says angle TPR is 72 degrees, so that is indicated on the diagram here. There's TPR, and it says angle Q is X. So here we have angle Q as X. Now, this question says calculate the value of X. So we need to figure out what is the value of X. Now, before we do that, we've got the 72 degrees, and since that is the only known value, obviously that is where you're going to start off. Now, I need you guys to notice that this 72 degrees is an angle that lies between the tangent and between the chord PR. So 72 degrees lies between the tangent and between the chord. Already, that is giving you an indication that you need to use tan chord. But just in case you are not sure how tan chord works, and this is something that you need to know because tan chord is extremely important in grade 11. So here is what the tan chord theorem states. It says the angle between a tangent and a chord at its point of contact is equal to the angle subtended by the chord on the circumference of the circle. I'm just going to repeat that. The angle between the tangent and the chord at its point of contact is equal to the angle subtended by the chord on the circumference of the circle. So here, angle S is also 72 degrees. And what we've just made use of is tan chord. So let's write that down. We're going to start off by saying angle S is 72 degrees and our reason is tan chord. Now remember, our aim is to calculate the value of X. So the next step is to see how we can now use this angle S to solve for X. Now, analyzing your diagram a little closer, you realize that you have got a cyclic quadrilateral, which I'm going to call PQRS. And what makes a quadrilateral cyclic is when all four corners lie on the circumference. Now, there is something about a cyclic quadrilateral that you guys learned. We know that the opposite angles are supplementary. So if we were to add X plus 72 degrees, it should give you 180. Okay, so here X plus 72 degrees is going to give you 180. Now to solve for X, all we have to do is take the 72 over to the right hand side. And remember, now that you are in grade 11, there is no need for you to show the arithmetic of it. All you need to do is write down the value of the angle and your reason. So we can do this as our rough work. We can take the 72 over, it's going to subtract. And once we do that, we get X as 108 degrees. Now that is what you're going to write down. So we're now going to say X is 108 degrees, and your reason is the theorem that you used to get that answer. So what did we use to get 108? We used opposite angles of a cyclic quad. And we know that opposite angles of a cyclic quad are supplementary. So that is it. We have successfully solved for X, and the reason why it's 4 marks is because there was 1 mark for each angle and 1 for each reason.